we're seeing a lot of pressure on industries like telecom, aviation, logistics, to operationalize, to improve their operations, but also to manage costs and also to make their clients happy. It's a tricky combination to do it all. So how is IBM helping organizations in these sectors to use AI to improve their operations and to do all of these things together?
So thank you. We're working on a lot of great use cases with our clients. And we've got the obvious use cases in this sector around cutting costs with predictive analytics. So, that's things like optimizing routes to reduce fuel consumption and doing a better job of managing crew scheduling to reduce delays. It's all about taking the people and the products and moving them very efficiently through the system. But you also have to, and we've talked a lot about data already today, but you really have to consider the data that AI needs to make these kinds of decisions for logistics. It's weather data. It's the fleet data. It's transport regulations. And it's a mix of the unstructured and structured data. So IBM is helping clients to work with the unstructured data, to ingest it, to enhance it, so that it can be at scale, and then unifying it with the structured data. And now our AI systems have a more complex, aware AI, and that allows us to make more accurate decisions and be more confident about those decisions. So I do have a really great example in this space. We are working with AAR Corporation. They are a private provider of aviation services. And we're talking with them about how do they use generative AI to work on things like improving their parts ordering, their inventory management, warehouse operations, maintenance. And so imagine this scenario. Plane is landing. The maintenance crew is there. They already know the maintenance they're going to perform. They know which parts they're going to replace. The parts are already there because they were already ordered ahead of time. This is possible because of predictive maintenance powered by generative AI. The AI has used historical data. It's used repair logs, sensor inputs. It forecasted the issues before they even happened. So the maintenance crew didn't have to do any assessments. They're just ready to go. Another benefit of this is the inventory management that goes along with it. The right parts are getting ordered at the right time. And then to take even a step further is the natural language communication that can be used through AI to take all of the insights that we're gaining from this use case and put it into the hands of decision makers and the frontline employees so they can figure out the best next steps. So what you have is a solution that is driving productivity, it's reducing costs, and it's actually improving flight safety.
We heard this from Greg at the beginning and in our last panel. So many organizations are sitting on top of massive amounts of data,
yes,
but they don't know how to actually turn that into effective strategies. So what are you seeing from examples of customers or others who you've seen as effective strategies for actually unlocking value from that data using AI?
Yes, and the challenge here is really knowing where to start, because as I think we've mentioned a couple times today, there is a lot of effort that is going into the pre-processing of all this unstructured data. It's leaving very little time for actually gaining the insights that AI can bring us. And a company's competitive advantage is its own data. It's emails, it's Slack messages, it's presentations, it's audio files. This is all very difficult and time-consuming to process to make it into something where the value can be unlocked. And if a company doesn't have a solution in place to do this, they're just missing the full potential of what AI can bring. IBM is working with clients in our watsonx platform to be able to help them ingest this data and really help to transform and deliver it where it needs to be to help them achieve that goal. So a couple of examples on where we're doing this with clients today. We are working with, we have a great partnership with Ferrari, and we've recently helped them redesign their entire mobile app. And so this is for Formula One fans, and it's delivering an experience that includes almost real-time simulations, car strategies, telemetry data from the cars, the weather conditions on the track, and it's pulling all of that from race data. Now, there's volumes and volumes of race data, and this solution is processing 1 million data points per second at this point. But that's what it takes to be able to deliver this new, rich and immersive experience that these Formula One fans are getting now from Ferrari. So it's a really exciting use case. Another company we've partnered with is Lockheed Martin. They were looking to modernize their operations, and they used watsonx.data to create a data fabric across lakehouses and databases and reporting systems. They actually went from 46 disparate systems down to one platform. So aside from the obvious benefit of the consolidation of so many applications, they also leveraged conversational AI to provide an HR solution to their employees, and they were able to, they're in a Gen AI pilot right now where they're already seeing a huge boost in performance and accuracy. So just, two examples of where we're helping clients really manage their data.
Super interesting examples.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious if you at IBM are seeing some interesting examples that you could share as you're putting this into practice for yourselves.
We are, and Greg mentioned it. We are absolutely. In 2023, Arvind Krishna, IBM CEO, he challenged all of us at IBM to reduce expenses by using our own products. And, this has turned into something that we now internally refer to as Client Zero. It's basically drinking our own champagne. And what we're doing is we are using our own products to solve business problems. But what's great about this is IBM's business problems are the same as every other large corporation. So what this experience gave us, in addition to the reduction in expense, is it really gave us a lot of great experience and insight and learnings that we could then share with all of our clients. And I could really talk about this probably for hours because it's a very exciting experience, but I'll give a quick summary of how we did it. The whole thing is based around our watsonx platform, but specifically we used watsonx Orchestrate and deployed agents across business domains. So HR, procurement, finance, just to name a few. And what the agents did was they automated repetitive tasks, they streamlined workflows, and they provided a lot of performance benefits for things like invoice reconciliation, HR onboarding, the vendor management, access provisioning. The amount of productivity we gained is just amazing. I mean, just to give you a flavor, our HR agent, internally we call it Ask HR, and it has over, at this point, 10 million interactions, and it has automated over 765,000 tasks. And over 90% now of all HR inquiries are going through Ask HR rather than calling somebody live. So, what this has done for us is obviously, again, productivity gains, expense reduction, but also it really boosted the employee experience. And as a user myself, I can assure you that it is a much better experience than it used to be.
And can you give us one quick takeaway from your experience of being Client Zero? What's a lesson that you then would pass on to clients?
Well, the one that I always talk about really is about having a strong AI governance strategy. And in the last panel, I think we had a great discussion about responsible AI and the importance of governance. So that's really top on my list. But aside from that, what we're able now to offer our clients is that we've kind of taken everything we learned with the business domain specific customizations that we made. We were continually testing and refining our agentic architecture. We were really building ethical AI practices and templates. We've put them all into pre-built agents. So now that can help our clients accelerate their time to value because they'll just get there much quicker if they can start with a template.
Amazing. Maureen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, everyone.